MegaPodTastic.
Good morning, Megapodlings. Crazy Joe coming to you from the King of Prussia United Artists Movie Theater, and we're about to see John Wick 3. And I really like the second one, and I really like the first one, so I'm looking forward to this. Getting here has been rough because I bought tickets tonight to a different theater, and I didn't make it to the show because I was shooting Lunchbox Bunch videos with Dave. Then I found that this theater was having a later show, so I traded in my tickets and I'm catching the later show. Let's go check this out. Apparently, the movie theater has gotten a liquor license since the last time I was here. Who knew? And they got really cool Dark Phoenix cocktail napkins. These are awesome. I'm taking a couple home. There's a big giant display for the movie. That thing is huge. I always pose in front of a poster. Today I'll pose in front of this. There you go. That's my patented poster shot. Patented, like I'm the one who came up with posing in front of a poster. That was all me. No one ever did that before me. Going to Auditorium 5. Number 5. Let's talk about John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. All right, before we get into it, I think we should talk about my experiences with the John Wick franchise overall. John Wick 1 is a movie I missed in theaters. I saw it on Blu-ray about 2 weeks before I saw John Wick Chapter 2. I kind of missed the movie because, I'll be honest, Keanu Reeves does not excite me. Keanu Reeves, other than Bill and Ted and The Matrix, I can't name many Keanu Reeves movies that I like. I mean, usually he makes crap like Time Travel Mailbox or the original Fast and the Furious. Yeah, I'm just not into Keanu Reeves. I did like The Matrix, not the sequels, and I like the two Bill and Ted movies, but other than that, if I see Keanu Reeves in a movie, I usually check out. I'm not interested. Well, a lot of people told me that John Wick was great. I had to see John Wick. I had to see it. So I got the Blu-ray, and I watched it about 2 weeks before. No, more like 2 days. I watched it more like 2 days before I saw Chapter 2 in the theater. And I really liked it. And then Chapter 2 was even better. Now, I'm hearing a lot of reviews for Chapter 3 where people are just over the moon about it. People love it. I like it. It's good. I'm going to recommend this movie, but I don't like it as much as a lot of people do. A lot of people are just crazy for it, whereas I kind of feel like it does sort of fall into the trap of, well, we've seen this before. There's different kinds of action movies. There's the action movies where it makes a lot of sense for the character to be in the situation he's in. For example, as much as Die Hard 4 and 5 may have not been very good movies, it makes sense to have 20 Die Hard movies. Because John McClane is a cop. And as a cop, he's always going to be finding himself in dangerous situations. Now, I know the first couple of Die Hard movies were guy in the wrong place at the wrong time. But as a cop, he's gonna, get involved in cases. It makes sense for a guy like John McClane to be in this action setting. Same thing with Ethan Hunt. You can make 1 million Mission Impossible movies. You can make 1 million James Bond movies. because these characters, they're always going to be on different missions, different assignments. It just makes sense to the story. John Wick, on the other hand, is completely situational. He is a guy who found himself in a situation that he doesn't want to be in, but he just can't get out of. And as a result, when we get to chapter 3, it kind of feels like we're milking it to me. Like, if it was like an Ethan Hunt where he was a guy like, hey, here's your new assignment, this is your new mission, it would work better. But no, he's a guy who doesn't really want to be in the situation he's in, and it was cast upon him, not his choice, and he can't find a way out. And as a result, the writers can't give him a way out because they need to keep the franchise going. And we're going to get a John Wick Chapter 4 because Chapter 3 is a huge hit, and it just feels like this character's story is going to have no natural end point because they're just going to try to keep it going. So that's a criticism, and it's one of the reasons I think Chapter 3 is probably the weakest story-wise. I mean, the action's great. Action-wise, it's probably the best in the series. Story-wise, I think it's the weakest because it just feels like they're milking the story at this point. That is my minority opinion because I am definitely in the minority. I know people are just nuts about this, but it's entertaining. The action is great. There are some action sequences where things are used as weapons that I never have seen used as weapons in a movie before. Ultimately, I'm saying see it. I recommend it. I give it a high five. But for me, personally, this is the weakest of the three. But don't take my word for it because everyone else I'm hearing is saying something different. This is one you're going to have to decide for yourself. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them bitches, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.